Hi everybody, it's Joey, and I'm here to do a The Real Housewives of New Jersey, episode 4, the Public Shaming of Melissa episode review. Sorry, this is a day late, but I couldn't do it yesterday. I have been a lot going on. I'm gonna do a separate video right after this one. I'm gonna do try to do a couple videos today for you guys. Yeah, so let's get started with the review. We have a lot to talk about this episode, let me tell you. There's a lot going on in this one. So it starts off with Teresa. And Teresa is with her kids and her father, because her father's moved in. And Melania was telling Teresa about a dream she had about her grandmother, who just passed away. And she tells Teresa, her mom, she goes, I saw Nona, that's what they call her grandmother, Nona, cooking, and I just miss her so much. And she was crying, and it was very sad to watch. It's sad to watch something like that. You know what I mean? Like, Melania always seems like over the top personality, very strong personality. Out of the 4 girls, so for her to be crying like this and opening up, I mean, she's going through a lot. Like, I feel like she's very close. I feel like she's the closest one to her father, and he's in jail. So I feel bad for her. I feel bad for all of them, honestly. She talks about, in a separate scene, but I'll just talk about it now, how she emailed her father, and they've been emailing each other every day. It's sad. It's sad. I mean, it is sad. Dolores, Siggy comes to Dolores' house and they talk. And Siggy tells Dolores that at the diner, when Siggy and Margaret met, Margaret told Siggy that Dolores is an ass kisser and the yes person is up Siggy's ass. Oh. And Dolores is like, really? I want her to say that shit to my face. And Dolores is no joke. Like, she does not play those games. She is definitely about that life. And she's not the one to be trifled with. However, I mean, they keep trifling with her. I really think one day Dolores is going to flip out. Like how Portia did with Kenya and dragged her across the reunion stage. That's what I think is going to happen with Dolores with one of these girls, because she's going to really whoop that ass. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Siggy tells Dolores that she's throwing a party and she's going to invite all the girls. Siggy does invite Margaret over the phone, but Margaret says she can't go because she has to be in Vegas for a shoe show or something. And then Margaret speaks to her mother, and she tells her mother how she's a sexy deviant or whatever, that she's all about, like, partying and having fun. And the mother seems adorable, she's cute. She's like, I'm a sexy grandma, I'm not afraid of things, so make sure he's very good at it, like, really, really just laying it all out in front of the cameras, laying it all out in front of Margaret's co-workers, in front of her daughter, in front of this is like a business meeting, I think, for her shoe line, and the mother is just going in right now. Like, she doesn't give 2 negative fucks where she's at, who's watching her. She's gonna be who she is. God bless. God bless. So, next scene is Melissa comes over, and it looks like, Teresa's, trying to get the kids together, not the kids together, trying to, like, do a bunch of stuff. I think she's cooking, cleaning, and I think Adriana's acting out a little bit. I don't know. Melissa's just watching her in disgust. It looks like Melissa's just, I don't know, she was just giving a weird face the whole time Teresa was with Adriana. I don't know, she just was giving, like, a weird face. And then Melissa tells Teresa, she goes, I heard about Joe's opening a restaurant, and Teresa's like, well, I already knew about that. And Melissa was shocked because she's like, I'm the last one to know, really? And Teresa's like, yeah, she's like, he wanted me to be a part of it. And Melissa's like, wow, like, she thinks Joe is stupid because she doesn't like, she said the family's okay right now, that it's good, and she thinks going into business is going to affect the family and affect their relationship. Which could be possible, but listen, I think Melissa and Teresa don't like each other. They never will, and they never did. And that's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. They might only be getting along just for the sake of Joe, but deep down, they don't like each other. They don't. So it doesn't have to do with them being in business together that's going to ruin it. They just don't like each other. So regardless, that's always going to be there in the back of their minds that they don't like each other. So this whole episode is very apparent too that's what was going on. um. So. Melissa, Teresa, and Danielle meet for lunch. And Teresa was late for lunch, I guess. So, I guess this is all linked up, because what Melissa tells Teresa in this lunch, is wrong. I think that she shouldn't have done that, especially because, their relationship isn't perfect, and for her to say, I think she was saying these things. What she said was to Teresa, she's like, well, you need to be more strict with your children. You need to really lay down the law. All this stuff that's none of her business. That really struck my fancy. And I'm thinking Melissa only said that because she's mad that she was the last one to know about the restaurant, that Teresa knew and everything, and no one told her about this restaurant. So I think she was trying to get back at Teresa for that and to say these things. But this is very petty. It's very childish. You know what I mean? Teresa took, of course, offense to it right away. And it's extremely petty and childish. And then the next scene, they meet for a business meeting. Joe, Teresa, and Melissa at the restaurant. Melissa's late. And they, right off the bat, go on to Melissa. Oh, why are you late? Why are you late? Come on. Melissa's like, well, I'm running a business. Well, you're late to this business meeting. Teresa was laying it on her because she was upset what Melissa... It was like a tit for tat. It was like a spiral effect. It was like, well, Teresa did this to Melissa. Melissa did this to Teresa. Then Teresa, well, Melissa did this, so Teresa had to do that. And it was like two petty children. It was ridiculous. So Teresa was like, well, you know what? Yeah. You should be on time, blah, blah, blah. Melissa's like, well, you weren't on time when we had lunch the other day with Danielle. And it was just going on and on and on and on. Teresa was upset with what Melissa said about her children, and that she has to be more strict. So Teresa really wanted to lay it down on her, So she definitely did that. She called her a bitch. She said she's gonna get drunk. Being in the restaurant, she's just gonna get drunk and just going in on Melissa. She had no shame at all. Melissa was getting at this episode from all angles. I mean, I have to be honest. Melissa really was getting at this episode. Holy crap. Oh, and then, okay, so Teresa tells Melissa that Siggy did apologize to her, and Melissa's a little bit upset because Melissa did not get an apology of Siggy, So she's a little bit upset that she's the last one to speak to Siggy. Margaret spoke with her, Teresa, and Melissa kind of seems like she's the odd one out. So, okay, so on the way to the party, because now this is Siggy's party at her house. On the way to the party, Danielle and Teresa are together in the van going there. And Danielle tells Teresa that Dolores told Danielle weeks ago that Teresa only cares about money. And she doesn't care about anything else but money, and to watch her back. Teresa is very shocked, but then she's like, well, Dolores has been acting weird towards her, and it wouldn't be such a stretch that she would say this about her, the way she's been acting lately. So before Teresa and Danielle arrive to the party, Melissa arrives first. And they get talking about the cake again, and Siggy's like, I'm not over the cake, and Melissa's like, well, I'm just gonna give you the fucking cake. I'll buy you a cake. If you want a cake, I'll buy it for you. And then Siggy does the ultimate most. She starts screaming at her party goers, and she's like, everyone look at me right now. I want everyone to look at me. Everyone turns around in shock, and she's like, I just want everyone to know. I want to ask everyone one question. If I give you a cake, and it's 3 tiers, and it's handpicked to you, and you fling it across the restaurant, what would you be upset over it? Everyone raised their hands. Of course, they're in Siggy's house. I get why. Okay, you'll be upset about it, but this is just you're humiliating Melissa at this point. And Melissa wasn't the one who threw the cake across the restaurant. It was Teresa who did that. So I mean, she's really going at this the wrong way here altogether. So Melissa didn't say a boo. She was completely in shock. Siggy throws herself on the floor. She's like, that's all I fucking wanted, Melissa. Who fucking does that? This is all I fucking wanted. Throws herself against the floor. I mean, it was such a scene. Melissa didn't say a boo. She wasn't even like, what the hell's going on? Like, why? She didn't say a word. She had her mouth all wide open. Her jaw was dropped to the ground. And she was literally in complete shock about this entire scene that Siggy was throwing. I have to be honest with you. Siggy was dead wrong for doing this to Melissa. Talk about rude and just talk about rude, being rude and just not nice. I mean, that was rude. Doing that in front of, at your party, in front of everyone and embarrassing Melissa, that was rude. You know what I mean? I mean, to talk about being rude, throwing a cake, I think that was really rude. And I think this is just making Siggy look, not like the best relationship expert. This must be hurting her gig because she doesn't look like the best relationship expert. She doesn't look like she's handling things in the best way. She's crying over everything. She's really acting out of character. And I think that, I don't know, I think this is a bad look for her in her career. I really do. Anyways, finally Danielle and Teresa arrive, and Danielle, Melissa tells them that Siggy just completely embarrassed her, and Teresa's very upset about this. So Teresa gets Dolores, Danielle, Melissa, Siggy, and herself in a private room in Siggy's house to talk about this. So right off the bat, she tells Siggy, she's like, why did you embarrass Melissa? Why do you keep going on about this? It's not a big deal. You were saying things. You were being very rude. I don't understand why you keep going on about this. Siggy's like, I'm still upset about it. I just can't get over it. I can't get over it. And then Teresa starts going in on Dolores. Why didn't you stick up for us? What's going on with you? You're like up Siggy's ass. You're attached to her hip. Like, I don't get what's wrong with you. Dolores is like, what are you talking about? I've been sticking up for you this whole time. Then Danielle gets involved, and this is when she says what she told Teresa early on in the car. She goes, Dolores, you did not stick up for Teresa. I know what you said. You said something to me weeks ago that Teresa only cares about money and to be careful and to watch your back and all this stuff, that she only cares about her money. And she's very materialistic. But you know what? This isn't a shock. We know this about Teresa. I'm not saying Teresa only cares about money, but I mean, like, season 1 to 5 or 6, I mean, she was buying things from the wazoo, like buying things out the wazoo here. Like, she was really spending. Like, that was her thing. It didn't matter if she had her last dollar to her name, she was gonna put it towards a fucking Louis. I mean, really. So, this is the thing. That's who Teresa is. Teresa has changed. I don't think she's all about that anymore, but I think that she'll always love her fashion, her clothes, her things. Like, everyone loves those. I love it too. I love fashion. I love I mean, that's just what I like. People like these things. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, it's there to indulge and to enjoy, and Teresa enjoys it. I mean, she works, and she does have the money. I mean, she's still in her beautiful mansion. And, she must have money to spend, so it is what it is. So anyways, but do I believe that Dolores said this to Danielle? I do think Dolores did say something to Danielle over the lines of, yeah, I think Teresa does love her money, and she's she does care a lot about her money. But I think Danielle could have spun the tale, you know what I mean? Danielle is a nut job. I mean, we all know this. And, but I do think Dolores has been acting strange to Teresa, so it wouldn't be a stretch that she did say something like this to Danielle. So anyways, right after Danielle says this, Dolores jumps the fuck up and fucking looks like she is going to beat the shit out of Danielle. She lunges at her. Not lunges at her, but she looks like she's about to lunge at her. She gets right in her face. You fucking scumbag. fuck you scummy, you scum of the earth, you fucking scum of the bottom of my shoe, you fucking bitch, you this, she's a fucking pua. Going in and in and in and in. You're a psychopath, you're crazy, you should get diagnosed. It's not hard to diagnose you anyways, because you're such a fucking nut job. So Danielle gets up from the chair and walks out. She starts hysterically crying. Teresa and Melissa go to comfort her, and Danielle's like, that bitch fucking said it to me. She did, Teresa. You have to believe me. She fucking said it to me. So at this point, Dolores is very afraid for Teresa. She thinks Danielle is brainwashing Teresa, and she just thinks that Teresa needs to watch her back with Danielle. Dolores is saying she didn't say it. That's a complete lie. So, I mean, who to believe now? Who to believe? Danielle, who, is not the most truthful, or Dolores, who has been distant with Teresa and who has been acting weird towards Teresa and who looks like she's been saying things about Teresa behind her back in clips coming up in the show. So, Dolores does look like she's talking shit about Teresa, so this doesn't look like a stretch either. So, Teresa doesn't know who to believe. At that point, Danielle wants to leave, and Teresa and Melissa go with her. And Dolores and Siggy are in shock. They're like, you're going with her? Are you kidding me? She's like, yeah, I came with her, and I think I should just go. And Melissa goes along because she got embarrassed by Siggy. So Melissa isn't even having that much great of a time at this party to begin with anyways. They're all not having fun. So yeah, Dolores just says before they go, Dolores says, I'm very scared for you, Teresa. I'm very scared for you. I'm really scared. I really think that Danielle has got her hooks into you. She's, and Teresa's like, yeah, well, whatever, goodbye. And then Teresa leaves, and then they all just leave, and that's the end of the episode. It was a really good episode, I have to say. Next episode looks even better. Oh my god, I don't know how I could top this, but they do top it next week. So next week, Melissa and Teresa start fighting again over the restaurant, and then they have a tasting for the restaurant, and everyone gets together. And Margaret and Siggy go at it, and Dolores and Danielle go at it again, and then Teresa and Dolores go at it too. So it's a whole shit show next episode. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Oh my god. I am so ready. This is one of the best seasons, I think, of any Housewives show. I think nothing could top this one. This is such a good fucking season. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, so that's the end of the episode. Lipstick, I'm wearing a Celebrity Skin in Lip Ammunition from Jeffree Star. Perfume, I'm wearing Katy Perry Purr. Yeah, and that's it. What time is it? Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I do want to go eat something, and I want to film another video. I have a lot going on. Let me go eat something and do other things, and then I'm going to come back, film another video, and then I'm going to upload this episode review of Jersey, and then I'm going to upload the other videos I do. I want to do an update on what's been going on in my life video, and I also want to do a declutter. I promised you guys a lipstick collection though, so I may do a lipstick collection video. Yes, I may do those first. Yeah, so that's it. I love you guys, and I would definitely recommend the season. If you guys aren't watching it, I would definitely watch the show. I would definitely tune in. It is a very good show, and it's a very good season, and I'm obsessed. I'm totally obsessed. It's great. Alright, I love you guys, and bye.